Hi everyone, and welcome back to this week's Rebecca Reads. This week I am joined by a very special guest, this little kitty who might help us read the story today. She is very much enjoying the sunshine behind me, so I figured I'd let her join in the video. I'm really excited about the book that we're going to read this week. It is called Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon, and it's written by Patty Lovell with illustrations by David Catrow. All right, here we go. Molly Lou Melon stood just taller than her dog and was the shortest girl in the first grade. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Walk as proudly as you can, and the world will look up to you." And there's Molly, right down there. So she did. Molly Lou Melon had buck teeth that stuck out so far she could stack pennies on them. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Smile big and the world will smile right alongside you." So she did. And there is Molly Lou Melon. And look at her big, big smile. Molly Lou Melon had a voice that sounded like a bullfrog being squeezed by a boa constrictor. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Sing out clear and strong, and the world will cry tears of joy." So she did. And there she is, singing her heart out. Molly Lou Melon was often fumble-fingered. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Believe in yourself, and the world will believe in you too." So she did. And there she is on a unicycle with, looks like a teapot and some silverware that she's trying to juggle maybe. And all of her friends are watching her to see what will happen. Then Molly Lou Melon moved to a new town. She had to say goodbye to her grandma and all of her friends. And start in a new school. That can make you a little nervous, right? If you are starting in a new school and you don't know anybody, it can be a little scary, a little intimidating maybe. On the first day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Shrimpo in gym class. When the game started, Molly Lou Melon caught the football, ran under the legs of Ronald Durkin, and scored a touchdown. All the children thought, "Wow, she's good." And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. He was teasing her, and that wasn't very nice. But she showed how being short, how being tiny could be a good thing. On the second day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Bucky-Tooth Beaver. Molly Lou Melon took out her pennies, stacked 10 high on her teeth, and smiled as big as day. All the children smiled with glee, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the third day of school, Ronald Durkin said, "You sound like a sick duck, honk honk." Molly Lou Melon sang out a quack, so clear and strong that it made Ronald Durkin somersault backwards, hit his head, and have have to go to the nurse." All the children cried with joy to be free of Ronald Durkin for the rest of the afternoon. And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the fourth day of school, Ronald Durkin said that she'd made the snowflake all wrong. But Molly Lou Melon opened up her paper and revealed the most beautiful snowflake of all. All the children oohed and awed, even Ronald. Wow, and there's Molly Lou Melon, and look at everyone looking at this beautiful snowflake. Maybe she didn't do it the way that she was supposed to or the way that everyone else did, but she still made something that's so beautiful. On the fifth day of school, Ronald Durkin brought Molly Lou Melon a stacking penny for her tooth and smiled at her. That night, Molly Lou Melon took out a pencil and paper and wrote a letter to her grandma. "Dear Grandma, I wanted to tell you that everything you told me was exactly right. Love, Molly Lou Melon." And there's her grandma reading the letter that Molly Lou Melon wrote. The end. What a good story. Oh, I very much enjoyed this. What did you think? What did you think, Gracie? Did you like the book too? Yeah? I think that's a yes. I like how it talks about how Molly Lou Melon was different than a lot of her other classmates, than a lot of the other kids her age, right? And someone even made fun of her, was teasing her for being different, for having a voice that didn't sound like everyone else's voices, or for being small, or for having large teeth. And I like that Molly took her grandma's advice, which was to keep on going and to not let it bother her, because those things that make her different are the things that make her special, because that's what makes her the one and only Molly Lou Melon. Thank you for joining us for this week's Rebecca Reads, and I'll see you next week, right? As we read another story. Thanks for stopping by to read a book. I'm so glad that you came to take a look. Reading can be fun, it helps us to explore. We use imagination and so much more. I had so much fun getting to learn with you. See you next time when we read something new. Bye everyone, I'll see you next time.